looks a bit crooked, but I don't care. I digress. Anyway, today's topic is Fire Emblem Three Houses, and I'm gonna do a two-parter on this one. Oh yeah. Part one is just gonna be about not my thoughts going into the game and what I'm doing with the game. Excuse me. This one's just gonna be strictly about the characters and how I feel about them, not about which path I'm choosing, what I want, and all that yada yada yada. Like I said, obviously, we're going to start off with the church. The church of... I forget, actually. Okay. But you have, obviously, Byleth, the main character, and I believe the female version is Violet, or something of that sort. And, of course, in their head they have Sothis, the weird, crazy-looking young girl who was really old, I guess. I don't know. Then you have Rhea, or Rhea, who pronounce it, being like the head honcho of the whole church. Then you have Manuela, and Hanneman. Those are like the two teachers you were first, you pretty much meet or see like in the treehouse and all that stuff. Seteth and Flan. Seteth is a teacher, I think, and Flan's just his younger sister. I don't know what role she'll play or if she'll be playable at all. Then you have Jeritza, who just looks cool, if I'm going to be honest with you. Tomas, an old-looking mage, and Cyril, a really young-looking lad, who will probably be a teenager after the 5-year skip. I don't know. Overall, I guess they're cool. Kinda. Manuela, take it or leave it. I'm sure a lot of people love her for obvious reasons. Handman kind of looks interesting, just because he's got that whole Sherlock vibe to me. Seteth, uninteresting, don't really care. Same thing with Tomas, but he looks like he'd be good for dialogue and all that kind of stuff. Cyril, don't really know what to make of him. He's really young, so I don't know how his character's gonna play out. Flan and Jeritza, obviously aside from Hanneman, are like the two I'm most interested in. And then you have the Knights, which is Gerald, obviously your main protagonist is parent who ran that band of thieves or whatever, band of mercenaries. Then you have the two female knights, Catherine and Shamir, who are both really cool looking. And then I don't know why they're cool looking, but the two guys, Alois and Gilbert, look really bad. Like, they don't look interesting at all. I don't know. But the knights are... Gerald looks interesting. He looks cool, obviously, but the other two, Alois and Gilbert, they're boring, bland, and stupid. So I don't know how quite I feel about them. I'm going to be using knights. It's going to be Catherine and Shamir just because they look cool. And Gerald, obviously. He's my dad. I got to work him. If at all possible. And then you have the three houses. Black Eagles, the Blue Lions, and the Golden Deer. Now, I'm not going to tell you which house I'm choosing first and which one I'm doing after that. And after that, I will do that in the follow-up to this. We'll actually go into depth about my actual true thoughts about the game as a whole and where I'm going with it. So obviously we're going to start off with the Black Eagles. You got Edelgard, the Lord of the Black Eagles. She's cool. I like her. She looks awesome. I hope she's a great character and she doesn't fail me in combat. Then you have Hubert, the really emo-looking, sinister mage guy who's apparently been Edelgard's servant since they were really young. So there's that. I mean, he's fine. Everybody keeps making he's gonna be villain, but he's probably not. He just looks dark. Lindhart, he's the sleepy guy. You know, I like him. He's cool. But out of the ones I like, he's probably the one I like the least. Then you have Petra, the foreign exchange student of sorts. Honestly, she's probably my favorite. If I'm to exclude the lords from the main people, Petra's probably my favorite and my second favorite. She's pretty cool. Then you have Dorothea, the songstress, who came here expecting another songstress. I think it was Manuela or whatever, but yeah, Dorothea's fine. She's got a cool hat. Hope she becomes a good mage. Bernadetta, the introvert, the one who's always stuck in the room, never wants to come out, never wants to do anything, wants to stay to themselves, to their hobbies and passions. Depending on how her character goes, she'll probably sorry, I've been up for a while. I woke up at 5:15 a.m., went to work from 5:30 to 1:30, and now here I am at 5:30 almost. So after Bernadetta, you have Casper, who's probably my least favorite. Design-wise, from Gen 1, or prior to the time skip, he's probably my least favorite. Just design-wise, I just don't like how he looks. He looks boring to me. He looks bland. So, yeah, there's that. And last but not least, you got Ferdinand. I mean, he looks fine. Sounds like an asshole. Not quite sure how they're gonna take him, but whatever. Hopefully he's not too much of an asshole, so it's not too overbearing. And then you have the Blue Lions. Obviously, you have Dimitri, who looks cool, but definitely my least favorite of the lords. Elgard just looks cooler, and Claude just seems like he has a better personality. Mercedes, I believe she was the commoner of the group. I'm not 100% for sure, but she seems fine. Like, I've got nothing against her, but I'm not really looking at her. If that makes sense. Sylvain is probably my favorite, or my second favorite. He just looks cool. Sounds like he's got a cool personality or whatever, contradicting personality from the, what was it, helpless romantic / big brother protector kind of thing going on. It's weird. And Nat, again, she seems fine, but like Mercedes, I don't dislike her, but I'm not really looking at her. She doesn't catch my eye, so to speak. Ash, he's the other one that I really like. He's probably my first favorite, or if not my first favorite, my second favorite. I don't know, between him and Sylvain, they keep flip-flopping back and forth. They do. I don't, design-wise, I don't really care for him, but I could see the appeal, and he looks kind of cool. But overall, I just don't really care. And he is Hubert's counterpart. He's like Dimitri's right-hand man. There's Hubert's Edelgard's right-hand serving kind of deal. And then you have Felix, who looks like a giant dick. Basically, like Ferdinand. I guess he's fine. I mean, he looks cool. It's just his character, the way it's been described so far, I don't really care for. Like Ferdinand, they look cool. But the way their character's been portrayed so far and how they sound, I just don't like it. And then Ingrid, she's fine, she's cool. You know, apparently her, Felix, Sylvain, and Dimitri have been friends for a long time. So it was bad, they got that going for them. Ingrid's fine, she's cool. Probably my favorite of the females in Blue Lions. And then you have the Golden Deer. You have Claude, obviously he looks really cool. He's got a cheeky personality from what it sounds like, so it's fine. Hilda looks cool. Got a little princessy vibe to her. She's essentially Felix and Ferdinand of this group. So So there's that. Again, they look cool, but the way their character's been portrayed so far, fan, but at least they look cool. Raphael, big giant guy, you know, heart of gold, optimistic, just amazing. Liani, the short orange-haired girl, she looks fine. She hasn't really done anything to strike interest, but she's more interesting than Mercedes or Annette from the Blue Lines. Just based on the fact that she's kind of like Pietro, but not as cool looking. Then you have Ignatz. I think that's how you say his name. I don't know, the really nerdy looking guy. I really don't like his design. Just don't at all. So he's probably my least favorite of Golden Deer. I'm so tired. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna butcher this name. Cynthia, the white-haired prodigy girl. She looks really cool, and she's a prodigy. So I have high hopes for her character. Then you have Marianne, like animal lover, who's like Bernadetta, but a little bit more nicer. If that makes any sense. She's got the nice girl appeal, loves animals and all that stuff, but persons, no. And then you have Lawrence, who is, I don't really remember, that's right, he's the guy with the really terrible haircut, and is also a womanizer. This is never going to work out for him. So there's that as well. Overall, the cast is fine, more so positive than negative, and that's good, that's good to hear. And so, I put like, what I eventually want them to end up at next to them for the main three houses. Like for Edelgard, I kind of want her to be a hero instead of a warrior because I want Casper to be the warrior. And then I have Ferdinand as the paladin. I have Bernadetta as a sniper. I went back and forth with that with Lenhart on whether or not I wanted him to be a sniper or not. I eventually went with her, Dorothea being the bishop, Petra being the sword master, Hubert being the warlock, and Lenhart being a wyvern rider or assassin. I kind of haven't decided on that one yet. And then for the Blue Lines, Dimitri as a hero for obvious reasons, Mercedes as the dark bishop, Sylvain as a sword master. I kind of thought maybe paladin or Pegasus rider, and I might change my mind on that, but for right now, sword master. Annette as the bishop, who's the healer, Ash as the sniper. Day 2 as a warrior, or the brawler class, the new brawler class, just to try it out for one of them. Felix as an assassin, and Ingrid as a paladin. And then for Golden Deer, you have Claude as a sniper, Hilda as a paladin, Raphael as a fortress, or the brawler class, because he's one of the guys that can do that. Leone as a swordsmaster, Ignatz as a warlock and or sniper. Again, kind of haven't decided, but I've narrowed it down a bit. Lizithia as the bishop, and Marianne as a dark bishop, and those two are interchangeable. Haven't decided which one's going to be which, but right now that's where I've got it. Not completely locked, but who knows. There's still quite a bit of time between now and then. Maybe not when this episode video comes up and out, but from right now to it actually comes out, it's like it's July 11th right now. The game comes out on the 26th, so I got plenty of time. And Lorenz as a paladin. That's what I've got so far. These aren't all set in stone. It's just what I want. Like at 80% probability, it really depends on when I get the game and how easy it is to get whoever to wherever before the time skip, forced jump thing, if you're even forced to do it, which I'm sure they'll force you to do it at some point. Why wouldn't it? But yeah, those are the characters. I just wanted to go over them real quick, give my thoughts and opinions on each one shortly, and then what class I want them to become, their final stage. Not beginner, middle, intermediate, advanced, or whatever. But so yeah, that's I've been just really hyped about Fire Emblem Three Houses lately because I've been playing Echoes. So I'll probably pick it up, even if my girlfriend wants Super Mario Maker 2. Probably get it anyway. But yeah, so that's it for this episode. Hope you have a great day. Remember that you can be the best you can possibly be. If you like the video, comment, if you love super special, awesome, subscribe. If you haven't, that really leave me out. Ta-ta for now.